This is Ashley from SurrogateFirst. I'm so excited to be here with our webinar today. We have the honor of interviewing and talking with Caitlin over at Seed Trust. SurrogateFirst usually has Jasenia, but she's letting me come out today to play as I love our seed relationship with our escrow company. We feel safe with them, and they've put in a lot of safeguards, thought out things, have a system that really helps to catch different types of requests or items that may not, should not go through, or even catching things that should go through for us. And so we really appreciate you guys over at Seed Trust. And so thank you so much for coming and being able to share a little bit more about how you protect, intended parents and surrogates during a journey.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ashley. We're so excited to be here and excited to offer some insight on how we protect intended parents and surrogates through their surrogacy journey.
Oh, I appreciate that. Now, I've got a list of questions just from, everything that's kind of happened in the last year or intended parents or surrogates ask. Do you mind if we start off with some of those questions?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So, I'm not sure how many, people out there that are watching or will watch this webinar, but there's been a couple unfortunate cases where parents' money and surrogates' compensation was not protected. We recently have been trying to help one of our surrogate sisters who unfortunately the escrows were not being funded and the agency was not paying her compensation. And so she actually is still on the hook for about $68,000, a little over 60,000. And there is some like insurance liens on there and all kinds of things like that. Caitlin, why do you recommend, fully funding an escrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to, touch on that. And, we
Or do
always
you? Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we do. So yes, we do recommend fully funding an escrow. What we see a lot of regarding with funding is there's a few different stages that the escrow should be funded in. And but let me kind of start with this. It should always be fully funded prior to heartbeat confirmation. That is definitely what we recommend as best practices. Obviously, it's going to kind of go from your agency and what their funding milestones, but definitely best practices is always prior to heartbeat confirmation or at heartbeat confirmation. This is just going to ensure the protection for all of the parties involved. It ensures the protection of the surrogate and the intended parents. It allows the surrogate to have just a peace of mind knowing that adequate funds are in the account to process all those compensation payments that's been agreed upon with her intended parents. It's also going to give intended parents peace of mind knowing that there's a separate account just for their surrogacy journey. Knowing that the funds are in there to make sure that they are processing those payments that they agreed upon with their surrogate. So just really provides just this peace of mind, a stress-free, financial journey. Because parents and surrogates shouldn't have to be worried about the financial part. They should be focusing on, the surrogate growing a healthy baby and intended parents being there with support. So, that's the focus.
I appreciate well, if I could speak, I appreciate that answer. That was really detailed. So thank you so much. Speaking about, funding, are both parties, or at least is the surrogate able to see if there's a balance in there, or is there, so that she can see like between 5,000 or 100,000, is there a total she can see in there?
So how our system is kind of designed is the surrogate does not have the access to see
Okay,
the ledger balance. However, we are always happy to provide that information to them.
perfect.
If they ask regarding that balance in the account. It's not visible on the ledger. However, they can definitely reach out to any one of our team members, and we're always happy to provide information to them or direct them back to their agency.
Awesome. Okay. That's good to know too for us so that we can give them periodic, like, updates of, hey, this is what we have in the account.
Yeah.
Um, Now, why should we choose a third party escrow? Last year there was, there is a very reputable agency, and unfortunately, in it, an employee allegedly embezzled millions from these parents. How, would that be less likely with a third party escrow, or what do you guys put in place to kind of protect our clients, funds?
Absolutely. So, at Seed Trust, we are very passionate about fund security. We're very passionate about ensuring that proper checks and balances are in place, insurance, bonds, all of that is in place to protect all of the parties' funding. So, really, what it comes down to when choosing a third party escrow provider, we always recommend third party regardless, just because that is going to provide a non-biased, neutral party to the surrogate and the intended parents. So at Seed Trust, both the intended parents and the surrogate are our clients. So we do not represent or one party to the escrow process. So we're going to ensure that all of the payments are being processed per the terms of the agreement. If there was ever a dispute regarding, with a surrogate or intended parent, we're going to look at that agreement and we're going to process the payments on what those terms were. Regarding the fund security and the checks and balances in place within our organization, not one person has access to all the funds. We ensure that there's different departments that are in place, that once a payment is approved and processed, it has to go through multiple people before that payment can really actually be dispersed. Fund protection and security is huge with us, and we just want to ensure that all parties are being protected and that the funds are safe through the surrogacy journey.
I appreciate that. And I usually do tell parents, when we're in these meetings, and I also do like intended parent coaching with another platform, that having a third party escrow is so important. If they're going independent, if they're going with an agency, if they're doing a coaching program, it just protects them. And I explained to them, like, if I was to take advantage of your monies, how are you going to know that if I'm holding the money? I can make that look really nice and pretty potentially. I don't know. I watch a lot of crime shows. I'm assuming I could Google something. But I'm just, so I tell them, like, it's not in your best interest for me to hold your money. You got to have that checks and balances between the agency and the parents and the escrow and the surrogate, so that that money is protected. I mean, surrogacy is not, it's not a cheap endeavor. This, there's a lot of sacrifices parents make to get to this point. And I don't know how many could be like, oh, well, bummer, there went some money. We'll just, go out to our tree in the backyard and grab another 150,000, And so I appreciate the care and the process that you guys put into there. Um, so I know you talked about your system, right? So the parents have um, I apologize. It is 6 a.m. in Hawaii, so
Oh, you
my
are
brain.
fine. You're fine. I
But
get it.
I know that you guys are very transparent on that. So, could you explain to, and maybe have touched on a little, but you have a 24/7 ledger that allows, parents to see even the receipts that are uploaded. Isn't that correct? Or could you explain that in a nice, pretty way like you were doing?
Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to. So that is correct. We have designed our own platform system. So once a case and match is opened with Seed Trust, each party, the intended parent and the surrogate, are going to receive a welcome email. Within this welcome email are instructions on how to access their online platform. So what this means is intended parents and surrogate kind of have a different view of what they kind of see, which is their view is based on what's probably most important to them with their surrogacy journey. So I'll kind of start with surrogates. So with their view, they're going to have access to see all of their scheduled payments on a scheduled payment calendar. So with these payments are the base compensation, your monthly allowance, maternity clothing, all these are going to be scheduled. You can literally print a PDF out and put it on your refrigerator, as I like to say, just so you can see when your next payment is. Also, there are alerts that will go out each time a payment's processed. So for surrogates, this is nice because they're getting emailed every time a payment is being processed to them. We process payment in real time. So surrogates are not having to wait, by the end of the month to receive a check payment. These payments are going to them via ACH, and once they're submitted on the account. We have a legal team that's going to review these payments to ensure that the proper documentation is being submitted that's per the term of that legal contract. And we're also ensuring that the amounts are matching of what's in that agreement. So this just really provides, again, a really peace of mind to all of the parties, just because everyone is notified when payments are being processed out of this account and the amount that's there, as well as the supporting documentation. Intended parents, they also have view of the ledger in real time. They see all payments being processed to an account. This is going to be any of the maybe payments, reimbursements for their surrogate, if they were paying legal fees through escrow, anything that's being processed on this account, intended parents are being notified each time a payment is going out. Again, this is providing that peace of mind to them. They're also receiving intended parents notifications if their account balance gets close to that minimum requirement that's per the terms of their GSA. So at all times, all parties are very aware of any type of activity. We also have a section that shows who accesses the account. So intended parents can see the names of anyone that logs in at any time. So it's definitely a 24/7, very transparent. We want to ensure that all parties are involved and are notified when payments are being processed.
Wow. Okay. So that's a lot more impressive than I even thought.
Happy to provide a little bit more insight to the process.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, in a nice way. You're like, let me educate you, Ashley. We are quite amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Anything else you'd love to share? Like, I know, parents and surrogates ask, how hard is it to start an escrow account? Like, do we have to give our firstborn? Like, is there a ton of paperwork? Like, would you mind touching on that? And then would you mind sharing any other like tips or information that you have that you hear? I'm sure you guys hear it on a regular basis too.
Yeah, absolutely. So to get started with an escrow account, it's actually pretty simple. We really just need basic contact information for a surrogate and intended parents. That's kind of how we create the account. Basic, email address, name, address, phone number. Once that information is received, we usually ask for your agency for the match sheet or match information. Then we'll go ahead and create that account, and then we'll send welcome emails, and both an automated and one from our legal team, just so you kind of have that personal connection with who's going to be managing your journey. And then kind of next step instructions from there. So yeah, it's a pretty easy process to get started. You asked me what kind of other information that either questions I get asked or just kind of some additional information is I always get asked from intended parents, what happens to the funds at the end of a journey? So they always ask, do we get these funds back? How are they getting back to us? So I would say that's probably my most asked question. So happy to kind of go over that process. So with us, we are, again, always going to view the terms of the legal contract. So, once your surrogate has delivered, the journey's kind of coming to an end, we're going to look at that contract to see how long escrow needs to remain open, and the amount that needs to remain in escrow to ensure that all those kind of last minute payments coming in have been processed through the account. Typically what we see is anywhere from 6 to 12 months that escrow remains open after a delivery. Once we receive confirmation from your agency that all those payments been processed, we then reach out to the intended parents for their account information and then process those remaining payments back to the intended parents account. And so, yes, so short question is, yes, they do receive all the remaining funds that's in their account. It's just, we have to make sure that the terms of the agreement have been satisfied before they can be processed.
I love that. I always explain to parents, like, medical insurance in the US is not the funnest thing to deal with. And so sometimes these like lab bills and OB bills and, and hospital bills will come out 6 months later,
Yeah,
and so I always ask for that patience, like, please be patient. We will get this money back to you. We just want to make sure we have everything covered.
absolutely. That same. You just want to ensure that, all those payments get processed before we fully close that account out. So,
Awesome. Well, I wanted to share a little bit about your your company
yeah,
that you're with Seeds. So this is, just some little things that we thought, are impressive, and with your website too, sharing it. But you have a $40 million bond. Um, that's impressive. I think about these cases where these incidences happened, and to be able to have that amount of money available. Now I get insurance takes a few months with these, policies to get it in, and but then also a 2 million general liability bond or liability policy. Can you help me understand that? I get the $40 million bond, but you have an errors and omissions. It seems like you guys are trying to cover yourselves in every way. Cyber incident protection. Do you
yes.
really?
Absolutely. I'm happy to go over that. So we do have a $40 million bond. We do have the highest bond and insurance in the industry. Like I kind of alluded to earlier, fund protection and security is huge to us here at Seed Trust. We want to provide clients with peace of mind, knowing that when they are sending their funds for their surrogacy journey, they're being protected no matter what may happen on the account. Obviously cyber incidences can be a big thing, but having this type of bond ensures that intended parents funds are safe and secure when funding with SeedTrust.
Awesome. And we've kind of covered all of this already. You guys are client focused and trustworthy with your transparency in your system. It is a simple and easy to use. I've been a surrogate 4 times, and 2 of those times was with Seed Trust, and it was so much easier process to be able to just upload receipts, pick the different qualifications, add my notes in there, put the amount, send it in for approval. And on the parent side, it's, as an agency, I get those notifications to be able to say, hey, this is what's coming out. I can literally click on that link, go to the little eyeball, see what receipts there, So I definitely understand that one. Like you were saying, your security, your 24/7 access online. And I know even with you guys, obviously we expect you to sleep and have time off, but we get some pretty quick response times when we're starting the escrows, or if there's a question or a problem. You guys seem to really make yourselves available to the clients and the agencies when we're needing clarification.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have employees all over the country. So we're kind of all on different time zones, which really works to the advantage of our clients because we do have people that are there ready and available to answer questions for a pretty lengthy time period of a day. So that's important to us. We really want to ensure we're getting back to our clients in a timely manner, processing these payments, these more variable expenses in a timely manner. So yes, we're definitely client focused. We want to make sure our clients are happy, surrogates are happy, intended parents happy. Just want to make sure everyone has a stress-free journey.
No, we appreciate that. And obviously we know everyone is human, right? And there's always, different things, but I feel like anytime we've ever brought like, hey, what is this? Or how can you help us with this? You guys have been more than willing to, on our end too. Sometimes we have our, human errors too. So we really appreciate the partnership we have with you guys that protects our clients. At the end of the day, that's what it's about, is making sure that our parents and our surrogates have, like you said, as stress-free as possible journey. It's about making, getting these babies here to their families. And so we
Exactly.
we do appreciate that. Now, if someone was like, I need to sign up for an escrow now, or maybe they're in an independent journey and they're like, we don't have one, we need one now. How could they get more information? How could they get a hold of Seed Trust?
Yeah, for sure. So, if you're working with an agency and you're ready to start the process with opening an escrow account, we kind of two different ways you can do it. You can either go directly to your agency and have them reach out to us, and then we can kind of get it coordinated with your agency, or you can come directly to myself. I'm actually always happy to do any type of intended parent consultations, go over the process. If there are any additional questions you have as intended parents, I am happy to answer those for you. And then if you kind of are starting more of an independent journey, you can reach out to us directly. We would kind of ask some generalized information regarding your journey and then next steps from there to open the escrow account.
Wonderful. Um, this is my time of the webinar where I give a little plug for me. So if you are a parent or a surrogate, you have any questions about the surrogacy process, please reach out to me at ashley@surrogatefirst.com, or you can call our 1-800 line. Secret is you're still going to get me because I'm the 1-800 line. So 1-833-99-BLESS. I'm also the emergency line too. So I kind of I'm the end, like everyone's doing their jobs, and then it gets to me. I'm like, oh, okay, it's my time to hustle. Couple things about SurrogateFirst for our parents and our surrogate. On the surrogate side, we do still have the build your own comp where you can really look to see if it's going to work for you. We want to make sure that compensation is fair and that you are not going into your own pocket for the journey. And so we want to make sure that you are comfortable with everything. On the intended parent side, we are still a no match, no fee agency. So until you are officially matched, your clinic has approved your medical records, we don't charge anything to be on our wait list to work with us. If you want to learn more about our programs, email me. I'll get you a link to my Calendly and we can talk whether it's for our surrogates or our parents. And I'm so thankful, Caitlin, that you came to be with us today. We definitely do appreciate you guys, especially in a world where we are seeing so many parents have the risk of losing their lifelong like savings and not being able to do this again. We take comfort in knowing that you guys are taking care of our parents' funds and our surrogates are protected where they will be compensated. And so thank you guys for being a pillar in this community. We really do appreciate you guys.
Thank you, and thank you so much for having me here today. And I greatly appreciate the partnership with you guys, and just happy to help in any way we can to ensure that everyone has a wonderful surrogacy journey. So that's all why we're here, is to build families and bring babies. So
That's it. Yep. Not, not a hard task at all. No.
no,
Awesome. Well, you enjoy your weekend and
thank
we'll
you.
see you soon.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.